Hello, welcome back. All right, design elements and principle, or we're on class. Holy cow, brand and media strategies. I have two today, back to back. Session 14, 14.2. We are cruising and we're finishing things up. Last one, register for classes. As I always talk about, please register for your classes. Two, this is the last book reading, chapter reading. Knock it out, get it done. This is the second to last. Oh no, this is a quick challenge session. You know how to do that. Every designer needs to know there's one more after this. You're just finalizing your brand design. I showed how to do this. Just gotta place them in. They should be the exact same size. The boxes that the designs that you created, you can just drop right in, and you can drop in PDFs. I don't know if you knew that, but you can literally paste a PDF, place a PDF into InDesign or Illustrator. You don't have to bring in the vector files. You just place it in, just like an image. Give that a try if you haven't. I mentioned it to a couple people when I noticed their designs, and I was like, oh, it's like the long way round. It's like you can do that, or you can just place a PDF and it places it flat. It's an image. It's perfect. Yeah, that's the way to do it. I'm trying to think if I have anything. I don't have anything. If you have questions on that, just ask me. It's like there's an easy way, and I thought I talked about it. Like your design is done, you just drop it in. The PDF drops right in. It can drop in. I drop PDFs into Illustrator, InDesign files all the time. I use it like when people send you stuff like for design items and they're like, oh, here's the graph and it's a PDF. I just drop their graph in and it's a PDF. I don't redo anything. Don't mess with it at all. So yeah, just do that. Food truck. We are on the 10 concepts, 10 logo variations, and the food truck template. I went over this last class in 14.1. I opened it, I showed it to you, and I talked about it. So you kind of know what to do there. And for the logo variations, let's talk about mine and frustration. So I haven't gotten as far as I wanted. Something's like, you know, when you're working on something and it's not quite hitting that sweet spot, you have an idea and you're like, why isn't it working? Why isn't it working? I'll roll through mine and just talk about this for a little bit. It'll be a pretty short session as we're rolling out because we're down to like 15 and 16 for weeks, and then there's a big break. So I'm hoping to work on this over the break. Everything's due like December 2nd. So you have some time. Everybody's got time. Let me just double check that so I'm not lying to you. And then somebody's going to tell me, you said December 2nd. December 2nd, December 2nd, December 2nd. So everything's due December 2nd. So it's like a week from now because it can't be due on Thursday unless it was like 100% online. So I did I had an idea. I did my research. I got some images. And then I was like, this is the perfect one. And then it turns out this is no longer the perfect one. I worked on this until like 10 minutes ago before this presentation. I was just like, oh, I'm just going to show them. So I had this idea, and that actually almost looks cooler than what I've come up with. And going through it, I was like, okay, I got this. And then I did this first version. Okay, great. You get a first version down. Great. You start working on it. And then I was like, ooh, cool. Let's do a reverse version. And it's still like there's something off, something not right. And then I started like, okay, let's clean up the letters. Let's clean it up. Like, let's make it a little bit more straightened out and working with the shape a little bit better. and like, creating the letters, making sure like the top of the B is the same in the R's. Again, there's just something that's not working for me. And it's possibly the fact that I'm trying to do like just a standard like letter form, and I don't do this much. And then like, oh, like now I see it, like my Y's all messed up. Like it looks like that angle on the Y should be like perfectly across. So a bunch of things. And then I was like, okay, you got to look at this differently, because if you just keep going and doing the same thing over and over, what do they say about that? Like it's a sign of like going crazy. Like you just keep repeating the same thing with the same results. And so I was like, oh, guess I'm going to try this envelope distort. I love envelope distort. I don't know if you guys use it. You can make a shape, pop text in there, pop text in there, and then it'll fit the shape of the text unless it's too complicated. And then you get this shape, which it really messes things up. And I was like, oh, this isn't what I want. So then the other one is like you break the shape down. So this pink outline is like the outline. And then I was looking at this and I was like, there's the problem. The problem is the shape. This no longer looks like a station wagon. Like the modifications, though it's accurate to this design, I think we're commonly when we think of a station wagon, we're thinking this design of, and even anything newer, there's no bump outs anymore in the rear. And so this now to me just looks like a limousine. And I think that's where, like working on it, it got lost. So I can go to this one, or then I make this my own in the sense of like just like simplifying it and like pulling this back. So we're gonna get rid of this line. I'm gonna grab this and the point, and I'm gonna drag this across. And then maybe like we'll do that, and then I can just join those. There's two ways. You could just grab those two endpoints and hit Command or Control J. It just joins them. Like now, like did that just fix it for me? It may have fixed it for me. Maybe I want, instead of this flat roof now, let's add a point in there. Bring this up. Excuse me. I'm sorry if you heard that. I had to sniff. Oh my gosh, where are we going? All right, so there's that. And they're like, right now, this is already like, I'm already feeling better about that. 100%. If I turn on my rulers, like bring down the guide, that's pretty good. The bottom's good. The top, like the point to the point, that's pretty good. So now in front of you, I'm going to try something. I'm going to copy this, put it on a new layer. I'm actually going to paste in place. Turn this one off. Now I'm going to divide this out. I want it in 3 parts. For me, like the easiest way is I'm just going to make boxes. Don't overlap. Why isn't it letting me? You'll get it in a minute. I know, I'm like, why? I hate it. It's very hard to always talk and do this work. But okay, so what I'm doing is making 3 boxes. The boxes are for Highway 1 burritos. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to divide it out. Sometimes for me, visually, to do it, it works better if I make these solid. And then if you use the shape tool, I can get this out, I can get this out, I can get this out, I can get this out. And then this is a piece, this is a piece, this is a piece. So then you can go around and delete what you don't need. Delete, 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 delete. Now these are 3 separate boxes. 1, 2, and 3. So maybe now, like, if I type out HWY, I'm going to outline this. Now, I'll outline all 3. And I'm going to get that in there. And let's see if I can morph this to the shape a little bit better. So the text has to be behind it. So object, arrange center back. And then I'm going to grab these 2 parts and go to edit or object, envelope distort, make with top object. It's still doing this wonky like blah. So what I'll do, let's try it again, but change a parameter. What I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to cut off the front. So I'm going to lock the text, object, lock selection. And then I'm just going to go here and like this. Do this, do the shaper tool again. There we go, delete that. Oops, I'm going to have this one. Delete that. Object, unlock all. Let's do this, see what happens. Select them both. The text is behind. Object, envelope distort. It's this curve is too much for it to understand. All right, I'm gonna have to play around. But I think breaking it, let's try burritos in here. Let's try the one in the burritos. Like, let's not just give up, because it may work for 2 out of 3. And if it works for 2 out of 3, that means I only have to really monkey with 1. So we'll bring this up. Make the 1 big. Oh, good Lord. Who knew that that was almost going to fit that perfectly? No, it's behind it. So I got the 2 selected, object. Well, for this one, that 1 is easily modified. Let's try burritos. Sometimes it's not. Now I have this feeling it's not going to work. Sometimes this works beautifully, but I think it's my shapes are too complex. Yeah, I'm going to end up having to grid this and do this by hand again. But I'm like, but where I've gotten now is this shape is more reminiscent of what I want for the design. So I'll move forward with this. But I think I've been banging my head for a week. And I put all my eggs in one basket. So that's also why we do 3 versions of this. I think I could pull it off. I want to pull it off. I'm excited about it. I just have to get it into shape. I might have to like just go in and do each letter. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to go against what I tell you guys. I mean, this is even doing this creates a better foundation for me than what I was doing. And actually needs to extend. So it'd be like almost, what you can do is like, okay, so like this is good, you know, like sort of in the craptacular way. I can just easily just be like, okay, now I'm going to extend this up and to follow the roof line. There we go. You know, like, and then maybe, you know, maybe that's not curved. Maybe this needs to be straight. So we could have that the one, and then I'm gonna move burritos. Like now this needs to be down. So, you know, and I can knock the heights, the O and the S, you know, and even just to view it, I can just do this. This will help this. Oops. And then I just change this to white. And all I'm doing, this is just for viewing purpose. It's like, okay, so the R will have to be smaller. So let's take this up twice. I'm going to delete this, but put in a space, 2 spaces. I got to get it, those eyes lined up. $75 is good. Then I'm going to take this. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete this. And I'm just going to reduce the size of this. And then now when I have it in here, like I'll play with it. Yeah. But maybe because it's smaller, like maybe if I do that to fill that gap, I don't know. It looks too different. I'm not satisfied with that, but I would work on it. And then the O and the S, kind of same principle, is it's just giving me a starting point for this in order to do it better. Oh, I have to do the S separately too. But I do want that, maybe that S to fit in there better. But maybe this is a better starting point for me, you know, and then I can smush these letters around, like, you know, maybe these do need to be wider, you know, like, because that R now looks funny. It needs to be skinnier, but the other letters need to be wider because it loses some of that life. I don't know. I can play with it. So this is where I'm at now. It's always a struggle, eh? It's tough, but you can do it. That's where I'm at. Happy Thanksgiving. contact me. Let me know what's going on. Send me those messages to the board. Use the discussion board if you have questions, comments, or concerns. I wish you luck. Have some fun with the truck design. Do some crazy stuff. Look at trucks. It's a fun one. So let loose. It's our final project. So, all right. Take care. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.